Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another Sort My Stash 2024 video, and this, my friends, is part 23. And part 23 is basically my forgotten hobby yarns. And why do I say it like this? Yeah, well, I already had an episode containing all of my hobby yarns that wasn't Sultan, so Cotton King Sultan, Cotton King Sultan Deluxe, Hobbies, Wheel, Hobbies, Twisters, Twister Solids, Friends Wheel, Friends, etc. So yeah, I already had one, but what happened was I went through my stash and I found more hobby yarns that I totally had forgotten in that episode. So we're going to go through those yarns today. It's not like a lot of yarns, but I think they still definitely deserve to be showcased in this edition. And some of these yarns, they are no longer being sold by Hobbii either. They're basically out of stock and discontinued. But I do have the pattern that I wanted to make from them. Some of them I got in lucky bags, and others I actually intentionally bought with the purpose of actually working up that mentioned pattern. So yeah, let's go through these yarns and the general ideas that I have for them. And yeah, let's take it from there basically. But as always, we can't really talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea. And my faithful mug of tea today contains a Chinese Earl Grey. It's an Earl Grey made on a Chinese black tea, some Chinese green tea as well, but also some jasmine flowers and a bit of citrus. So it's a lovely fresh Earl Grey. And the thing is, I found it pretty fitting to this edition because Hobbii is a Danish brand, Hobbii, Hobbii. It's a Danish company. And this tea I actually got from somebody in Denmark. So while it's not a Danish tea, I did get it from Denmark, and therefore I found it kind of fitting. It's a loose tea blend, and it's quite old. This is not much left of it, but a bunch of Danish text. So yeah, it's quote unquote Danish. So I thought it fit pretty well. And yes, I think it is indeed fitting. I did already stack my yarns here on the table for you guys. And then I guess I'm going to give you a very quick sneak preview of these. And then we're going to go through the yarns and the plans I do have for them, because I do have plans actually for more or less all of these yarns. In the beginning, some I didn't have plans for, but then I got plans and I still have those plans, I think. So yeah, let's go through them together. We see here Starlights from Hobbii, and then we go into the Starlight Soft. Different colors, but we also have some Pearly Haze, a very gorgeous chain spun yarn, and some more Starlights. I think self-explanatory. There's a lot of Starlight yarns. The Starlights are actually the ones that Hobbii no longer sells. They are discontinued. So there are some quite, I would say, rare yarns. And the last of them, so I got some of these. The first I got in a lucky bag, and it was in the lucky bag shine. And the reason that they fit into the lucky bag shine is because the Starlight has a little bit of reflective thread. Actually, they have about 14-15% reflective thread of lurex, and that basically, if you're outdoors and it's a bit darker, the light hits you, they will sort of reflect a bit of a light back. Though please never ever think that they can be used as an alternative to actually wearing a reflex vest in traffic or the like not. But I got the yarns, as I said, all the Starlight, so plain Starlight yarns, I did get in lucky bags, which means that compared to the original price, I saved a really good amount of money. I made a really good deal. I paid maybe like €2.50 or something like that per skein. And normally they were like, what were they? €6-7-ish, something like that. I can't find it because I can't find the yarns, literally. They are sold out. Original price, I just found them actually, €8. Original price was €8. then during the time that they were selling them out because they were discontinuing them, the price dumped to like €3.45. I still got them cheaper than that. So probably 70+% off. It's a wonderful yarn. It is a yarn that contains wool, at least the regular Starlight does. And let's start with this gorgeous blue. And this blue is 60% superwash wool, 25% polyamide, and 15% reflective polyester. And this is the colorway 4. And these balls are 50 grams, so that is a 1.75 ounces to 64 meters or 70 yards. They recommend 5.5 to 6 millimeter crochet hooks. They classify it as a 4-weight yarn, can be washed at 40 degrees, so that's about 104 Fahrenheit. Do not iron, do not tumble dry, do not bleach, can be dry cleaned and lay flat to dry. The yarn was designed in Denmark. It has been made with love in Turkey, and obviously they were selling it at Hobbii because, as you can see here, we have the Hobbii brand and the lovely Starlight label. Of these blue yarns, dark blue yarns, marine blue, I have 6 skeins. So 6 skeins of yarn Yvonne, and you can do quite a few things with 6 skeins of Starlight. The patterns I found was actually for sweater, and I think this is a really nice color actually. The problem is I don't have more of them. I only have these and they're sold out. There is like no more to get. And I did, I think at some stage, get some extra shine lucky bags from them, lucky bag shine. And I did get some extra Starlights, but not necessarily always in the colors that I wanted. So it was a bit of a gamble to get them. And once eventually they were all sold out, there was no more to be had. So I have to do something else than the originally planned design, which is cool. I also am not sure, because I do admit feeling this yarn, it's not bad, but I personally don't think it's super soft. It could be much worse for wool. It's not like a super scratchy wool. But I would definitely prefer personally to have something underneath, like a thin basic cotton or something like that underneath to prevent any scratchy feeling. But I'm still thinking of sweaters, and I might make different sweaters for either, if I combine these colors, I might do something for myself, or I might end up making the smaller versions of the sweater I have planned for the Starlight Soft. And the sweater I want to make, it sounds a bit crazy for this time of the year because it is named Holiday Sweater. And the Holiday Sweater is a Hobbii designed by Katrina, and it's a free Hobbii pattern. I think you can easily use it with other yarns, and what I really like about it is there has a bit of color work in it as well in the crochet. And here I'm inserting a photo of the actual pattern up here, as well as I will link to the pattern in my mind here down below. It is a free Hobbii pattern, so you can download from the Hobbii website. So if you have other medium yarns that's similar working up like the Starlight here, that might be a suggestion for you for a future pattern. So yeah, it says here a 4x4 inch watt, so it's about 15 stitches times 20 rows. That could be knitting though, but again, similar. So that is the colorway 4 of the Starlights. But I have more of the Starlights because I do also have 6 of the white here. And this is the colorway 1. And it's like this raw cream white feeling. And here you can definitely see the reflective thread. Of course, you can see that here too, but it's not as popping. It would if we had a bit of a more light on it. But here you can just clearly see the thread going through the actual yarns. And I also have 6 of the colorway 1. And this is the same yarn specs as the blue. So I could combine these yarns with the blue ones. And I definitely wouldn't have enough for the holiday sweater. I would just need to do a slight different color work, and that would be for a size like extra small. Maybe actually I could make it a bit bigger, because if I do different color works, I don't have to have as many of one color, etc. But if I do want to actually work it up as the color works showing, I could make an extra small, combining the purple that I have with either the white or the blue. And the purple yarn I have here from the Starlight is the colorway 17. And I have 8 of these, which would be enough. I can't actually hold them all at once, I think. I'm going to try, but it's very alive. There are 8 here. And I could work them all up together with the white and make an extra small, but I wouldn't fit an extra small. So if I would do that, that would be to either give it away or maybe to sell it. Here you would have the purple and the white going together, but you could also optionally, as I said, combine it with the blue. There is definitely options here. Or you could do 2 extra smalls, because there is enough yarn here to do 2 extra small of these holiday sweaters. Though then I would definitely need to do the color work differently, because then there isn't enough to complete the solid bits of it. But that is as ideas for a future me, so to say. I really like this combination, but the blue, actually, all of these 3 colors could easily work up together somehow. They definitely could. Absolutely. So 6 dark blue, 6 white, raw white, and 8 purple is what I have of this originally Starlight yarns. So good for a winter sweater, I would say. And now I just need to keep track on what I have already, because I need a little bit more room created here on my table. So one moment. And as I said, I wanted to make the holiday sweater. And because I couldn't get these yarns, and I was being a bit like, I like the sweater, it kind of looks cool. And I was like, I'm not 100% sure if that's the colors I want, and I don't have enough yarns to make the size for me, etc. So I ended up deciding to grab some of their Starlight Soft, which is non-wool, but acrylic, premium acrylic with the reflective thread. Thickness wise, etc., it's the same yarn. It's 100% inspired by the same, but this is so much softer. This acrylic feel with the reflective thread, you know, when you do feel a little bit, it's more the reflective thread, which is pretty difficult to see in this dark, well, darkish. It's like a teal blue color, or maybe gunmetal, steel blue. It's the colorway 13. The yarn specs, looking on the yarn itself, they are also 50 grams, these Starlight Soft. So 50 grams to 1.75 ounces, or 64 meters to 70 yards. Here they also recommend a 5.5 to 6 millimeter crochet hook, or 5 millimeter knitting needles. Instead of having wool, the Starlight Soft is an 86% premium acrylic with a 14% polyester, and polyester is the reflective thread going through. They also have this nicely written down here, premium acrylic and reflective polyester. Again, it's a medium weight 4. They are intercompatible with these, except here are woolen, so that is the difference. So they're also good if you do have an allergy for wool, for example. Wash at 40 degrees, so 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not iron, do not tumble dry, do not bleach. Can be dried and clean and lay flat to dry. Yeah. And of this, I have 4. Because this is going to be the colorwork bits on the sweater that I want to make. So I just have 4 of them, because I only got them for the purpose of doing the color work on the sweater. Then I ordered enough yarn to be able to actually make the size that I should be able to fit, theoretically. And I ordered that in a dark blue, almost like a night sky blue. It's a colorway 9. I'm unsure what they actually named it back then. The yarn specs are the same, but it is this gorgeous blue. Here you can see the reflective thread going through. Colorway 9. And just to compare it, these would be the 2 yarns that I would work up. So the blue here the dark blue, the navy blue, night blue, whatever we should call it, would be the main color. And the color work patterns would be this light sort of gunmetal blue. And that is definitely a project that I'm still planning on making. I just basically stash the yarn away for I need to make this eventually, and then I wouldn't say I forgot about it. It's just been hiding somewhere in my stash. But yeah, I want to make the holiday sweater of that for myself. So therefore, maybe what I can consider is indeed making the holiday sweater in a smaller size with some of the Starlight yarns. And if that succeeds, then I do know how exactly to do when it's time to make the one for me, because I do not fit an extra small. I wish sometimes that I did, because point 1, it would be a lot quicker to make, and point 2, it would take less yarn, so it would also be cheaper to make. But that's just how it is. But yeah, I still think it could become a nice product maybe for the future. And you know, making one version first and then before you're making your own, that's always an option, right? Definitely. What is these, I forgot to say, for the dark blue or navy colored night blue, I have 4 loose skeins that I got, and I got all those for sale, and I think I got them for €2.95 or €2.90, something like that. I got them for a really good discount. They were also like €8 normal price, and I definitely saved about 70% when I got them. They were also being discontinued, but I got 4 of these night blue, and then I got a full pack of 10, and I'm not gonna open this pack of 10, but there are 10 in them. And I can tell you as much that I do recall that they have the same dye lot. Yes, they do. They have the same dye lot as the 4 loose skeins as well. So I don't need to be worried about mismatching dye lots and miscolored yarns. I can make a full project looking absolutely gorgeous with the same dye lots once I get it to the point that I want to make this sweater. Cheers. Then the last yarn that we have here is the Pearly Haze. And the Pearly Haze I got with the purpose of making myself a cardigan. And I remember when they launched the Pearly Haze, I was like, yes, that yarn I need in my life. It's so gorgeous. Pearly Haze. Absolutely. This is a silver colored one. And they have multiple colors. All of this sort of pearly or shiny feel. And I was like, I have to have this yarn in my life. I really have to have it. It's, as you can see, it's chain spun and then it's blown with wool in it. It's a colorway 123. It's made in Italy, so this is an Italian made yarn. And originally I would say it's similar to the Metallico yarns, yet it's absolutely not the same because it has different yarn specs. And the Metallico yarns are, if I'm not wrong, made in Turkey. The Pearly Haze is 73% viscose and 27% wool. So the viscose is basically all the chain net yarns, and the wool is what's blown in, and it's soft. For something that's wool, this is soft. I have absolutely zero issues letting this touch my skin. I do not get any sort of feeling that, oh, it's gonna be itchy and whatnot. This is just pure, soft, gorgeous yarn. The Pearly Haze is classified also as a medium weight yarn. It is 50 gram skeins, so 1.75 ounces to 110 meters, which is 120 yards. They recommend a 6mm crochet hook, which is like a USJ/10, or 5mm knitting needles. Let's see if I can see here. They say hand wash. Of course, that's really sad. That's a sad part, but at the same time, I do understand, you know, hand washing yarns with gorgeous materials is absolutely fine. It can be dried flat. Do not bleach, do not tumble dry, and can be dry cleaned, maybe ironed at low. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is how this one looks. And I got a full bag. Actually, I ordered 11 of them because then I should have enough to make the cardigan in the size that I want. And the cardigan is named, let's see, Pearly Elegance. And I'm going to just to find the creator of it, just one moment. Pearly Elegance up here. And it's made by Jane Green. And it's also a free Hobbii pattern. So should you be interested in making it and getting the Pearly Haze yarns, they are still being sold by Hobbii. They are expensive yarns. Like, they are not, these skeins, they go normal price. So non-sale prices are €9.50. And if you're lucky, you can get 40 or 50% off on the good times. They might not be for sale when you're watching this video, or they might be. But my experience is that Hobbii usually put all of the yarns on sale. So every week they have sales, and it's different yarns that's getting on sale for the weeks, which means that if you're interested in this yarn, sign up to the newsletter or just go in and watch the site once a week, because eventually between now and the next probably 3 months, I wouldn't be surprised if this yarn is sometime gonna be on sale again. Pearly Haze. And I got a full bag of 10 plus the single loose one. And I hope I have enough in this. It should take 11 to make, 10 or 11 to make the size I need. But then I hope that that's indeed the correct amount that I do need. So all of the same dye lots as well. It's a gorgeous yarn, isn't it? It's so gorgeous. It feels wonderful. This is also a project I can't wait on getting started. Pearly Haze. Again, by Hobbii. That was all of the yarns this time around. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, going through my last few Hobbii yarns. And next week, we're going to go through Sort My Stash 2024, part 24. And that is, my friends, also going to be the last Sort My Stash video in this series for 2024. And that is going to be all of my American yarns, because last year somebody sent me Happy Mail and they had some American yarns in it, and I personally can't make myself using them just yet until I know exactly the right pattern to go with them. And until then, they're just like in my sacred American yarn stash, because for me, American yarns are more difficult to get a hold of because import costs to get here. Some yarns I can't even buy because their websites need you to be from the US, so they won't allow you to actually enter the site at all if you are not from the States or a country, well, not a country or state. Well, you need to be in the States basically to watch them. I can't from Europe, so some of these yarns I do rely on either getting as Happy Mail or need to get to make exchanges with some of you guys if you think I have some amazing European yarns that you would really like to try out and you would love to send me alternatively some American yarns in return. Let me know. I'm happy to do yarn trades. My email address you can find under my profile basically here on YouTube. That's pretty much it for now. Thank you for staying around with me. Thank you for watching this video and all the way to the end. If you do enjoy yarns and yarn talks and all sorts about yarns and crochet and so on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, and hit the like. That really do help me on, and I hope I did help inspire you a bit today. Take care and happy crafting. Bye.